Hello everybody, welcome. Day 5 of 4 weeks to feel better. 30 days of inspiration with Spinning Arrow Yoga. I'm Alex, founder of Spinning Arrow Yoga. I'm a registered yoga teacher. I used to be a Reiki master, a shamanic practitioner, and today we have a set of mudras we're going to look at. Mudras for modern times. So hopefully you will find some of them relevant to you, and we will make a start. Okay. So sitting up nice and tall. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, rolling the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, just sighing out through the mouth and rolling those shoulders down the back, creating lots of space in the front of the chest and allowing the neck to be long, the shoulders relaxed. Just place the hands facing palms up on the thighs and take a couple of moments just to observe your breath, just without judgment, just watching that natural, spontaneous breath as it moves in and out of the body. And just gradually begin to increase the length of the exhale. Completely emptying the lungs of air. With each exhale, making that out breath a little bit longer. And just notice how you do this. Your inhale also lengthens. Breathing in that life force energy. Coming out of our heads from the day. Giving ourselves a little bit of space just to connect to our energy. And bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra, our first mudra of the day. Touching the tips of the thumbs, the little fingers, and then the other fingertips from the ring, middle and index finger. Holding the hands together lightly with a little bit of space between the palms. And in a moment, we'll chant together 3 times the sound Om to settle our energy and just bring us into today's practice. So bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale. Just sit with the vibrations. Allow that energy to settle. gently spreading your roots down into the grounding power of the earth, through your feet if you're on a chair, through your sit bones if you're on the floor. And we'll just gently bring the hands forward and just open them as if you're opening a book. Gently curl the ends of the fingertips up. This is Pushpaputa Mudra. It's a symbol of offering, symbolizing the openness of your mind and your soul, offering your heart openly and welcoming in whatever comes your way. We're calling in the power of the universe as we collect together. And just gently close your eyes. I'm just going to chant just an invocation. Samgachatvam Samvadadvam Samvomanam Sijanatam Devapakam Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate Samani Vakuti Samana Hridayanivaha Samanamastu Vomano Yatavaha Susahasati. Let us move together. Let us sing together. Let us come to know our minds together. Let us share like the sages of the past, that all people together may enjoy the universe. Unite our intention. Let our hearts be inseparable. Our mind is as one. As we come to know one another, we become one. Take a deep breath in and hold your breath. Clap the hands together firmly 3 times. Feel a little bit of a stinging. Exhale slowly through the mouth. And then just resume your natural breathing. You're going to rub the hands together, activating that Agni energy, that fire energy. Your inner fire, your inner power. You should begin to feel a warm sensation in the palms of your hands. So when you can feel it, cup the hands over the eyes and take a deep inhale. Holding the breath at the top, feeling that energy radiating from the palms of your hands into your third eye, your mind's eye. And exhale, bringing the hands down to rest again on the thighs, palms facing up. So having our hands resting in their basic form, open, relaxed, it represents the realm of potential, pure potential. And this potential is totally neutral. And coming into this neutral position with our hands, palms resting up, relaxed on our thighs, we can begin to manifest whatever we want to bring into our lives by then performing different mudras from this resting position. So just take a moment of stillness, just with your hands resting gently, palms facing up on your thighs. Just begin to bring your intention into practice today. activating what is always present in this realm of potential. Take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth, relaxing those shoulders down. Okay, so our hands are a profound source of power. They reflect how we relate to life, how we connect with the world through our sense of touch. They tell our story, they help us to tell our story. Through our hand gestures, when we touch other people, when we touch things. There are seat of connection to energy, to prana, of connection and expansion of that energy. We often use our hands to heal in ancient practices like Reiki. We lay on our hands to feel that energy, that ki flow, maybe even just through massage, self-massage, massage of other people. You can feel that power to heal through the hands. Even modern medicine, our surgeons would not get very far without their hands. They are one of the most expressive parts of the body. After the face, they help you to communicate, to connect with others. And ancient yogic philosophy teaches us that we can adjust our hands into these mudras, our hands and our fingers in particular ways, to influence the flow of prana through our bodies, within the body, outside of the body, to promote physical health, to promote mental well-being, and to further our spiritual enlightenment. So we're going to practice a few of these mudras tonight or today, if that's when you're practicing. So we're just going to warm up the hands gently. You need to take care of our hands. So opening and closing the hands, spreading the fingers nice and wide and then crunching into fists, and then shaking them out. Shake, shake, shake. Lovely. Okay. And then closing your eyes and gently rubbing the tips of your thumbs against the tips of each of your fingers. So all the way from the index to the little finger and then back to the index finger. Just stimulating that energy in the fingertips. And back again. And back up to the index fingers. Okay, lovely. Rubbing our fingernails now over each other. And the thumbs, the thumbnails. And this just helps to stimulate mental activity. Makes us a little bit more alert. Wakes us up a little bit. Lovely. Okay, and then just using the thumb and the index finger to massage the webs between the fingers of the other hands. So really feeling into the space between the fingers. Making sure the thumb is on the palm side of the hand, so you're rubbing the palm with the thumb. See there? And then swapping over hands. And this is just helping to really release a bit of stress, a little bit of tension that we hold in our hands. We hold that tension between our fingers. So just a gentle massage just is a nice stress reliever. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Lovely. Okay. Lovely. So as we practice some of these mudras, just want to invite you to breathe normally, smoothly, naturally. Really, that's what really animates these mudras. What really gives them um, their energy. It's what channels that prana in. So a mudra. What is a mudra? A mudra is it's basically a gesture with the hands. It's also been translated as a seal, an attitude, or a mark, and it's typically we use the hands for these mudras, but there are mudras that incorporate the entire body. Some mudras are just for the head, but we're going to focus on our hands today. So why do we practice mudras? We practice mudras because they help with that energy flow. They help to direct that prana. It connects us to ourselves, to our inner selves. It also connects us to other people around us, and also to nature, to the world around us. These mudras, they have really profound powers as they relate to the nadis. We're talking yoga from a yoga perspective. The nadis, the energy channels that run throughout the body, and the energy points, the chakras, where those nadis intersect. And it can, by practicing mudras, you can change how the energy moves through the body. You can change how it works within the body. You can also use mudras to direct energy to other people's energy fields. That's why our hands are so beneficial for healing. So we can also use mudras as a tool to help to focus the mind, to help to prepare us for meditation. So one of the series of mudras we're going to practice in a moment, is just the sort of representation, acknowledging the representation of the 5 elements in our fingers. The Pancha Mahabhutas, the 5 elements, the 5 great elements, discovered by Indian rishis a very long time ago. I apologize, I don't know how long ago. And discovered that each of our fingers and our thumb, they have a connection to a particular element, a relationship with that element, and that we want to maintain the balance of the elements within the body, so that we're in harmony with the rest of the natural world, basically. So our thumb represents the element, the fire element. Our first finger, the element of air. Our middle finger, and we'll be turning that one around. Our middle finger represents that element of space or ether. Our ring finger connects us to earth, and our little finger, represents that water element. So by connecting this fire element of our thumb, our connection with our Manipura chakra, our solar plexus, our inner power, our inner fire, giving us that feeling of inner strength and self-esteem. It's a vitalizing force, a vitalizing principle. It's very activating. So by bringing our thumb to connect with the different elements, each one a particular mudra, we can activate those elements, and embody the qualities of those elements. So the first mudra we're going to practice is Vayu mudra. So Vayu mudra is formed by bringing the thumb to touch the tip of the index finger. Okay, activating that air element, the element Vayu, air. It's connecting us to our heart chakra, Anahata chakra. As we do this, we can experience a little bit more freedom, a little bit more joy. It's a great stress reliever. It connects us to the capacity of the mental realm, that manamaya kosha, that mental sheath of the body. And it's our go-to mudra for issues related to our physical body, our mental body, or emotional issues that are related to an imbalance of vata, of air energy within the body. So maybe if you're feeling bloated, or you're suffering from sleeplessness, or maybe suffering from dizziness, lightheadedness, that's all to do with an imbalance of vata, of air energy within the body, according to Ayurvedic tradition, Ayurvedic medicine. It's also a great one for relieving sort of stress, stiff arms, stiff wrists, fingers, and even the neck. So we connect that thumb to the first finger, and if we are wanting to sort of suppress or restore balance to that vata energy in the body, we can even just put the thumb and just gently press down on the first knuckle of the finger, of that first finger, on each hand, and that just helps to restore that vata energy. And then you can just place that on your thighs gently. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. We've been in this mudra for a little while listening to me talk, so just a couple of breaths. Maybe as you're there, you just begin to feel a little less airy, a little less in your head, a little more down to earth. Gently blink open the eyes. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is Akasha mudra. So that is connecting the thumb with the middle finger, that element of ether, of Akasha, space. It connects with our throat chakra. That's the element associated with our throat chakra, is the element of space. It's connected to our sense of inner peace, to our self-expression, to that, to the spaciousness within our body, to all the spaces within our body that hold everything, that allow us to be in this form. It's that connection with the Anandamaya kosha, that bliss body, our most subtle of layers, most subtle body. It's this gesture, Akasha mudra. It's touching the void gesture. I love that translation, and it's helping to govern the power of listening. If you think about your ears, your ear canals, totally full of space, empty of space. And this mudra really helps us just to connect to our ability to listen to others and listen to ourselves. when we need to really tune in, to listen more clearly, to focus with attention. It's also freeing up that space within the body, within the mind. You can just gently rest the hands just on the thighs, palms facing up. If your mind is feeling cluttered, or you may be feeling a little bit frustrated, when that's going on in the mind, it really precipitates into the rest of the body, and it can even it can send itself outwards into our environment. When we have a cluttered mind, Patanjali talks about the concept of aparigraha, letting go of that which no longer serves us, that is cluttering up our lives with things we don't need, whether it is material possessions, whether it's thoughts, memories, emotions, things that just they're not improving our lives. It's one of the 5 yamas, aparigraha, one of the 5 moral restraints. And this mudra, if you're finding it difficult to let go, is a really good one for helping you to do that. So we'll just sit for a couple of moments, resting those hands on the thighs, gently closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, sitting up nice and tall. And as you breathe, just focus maybe on something that you need to let go of, that this mudra can help you let go of, to free up that space for better things to come. And maybe as you exhale, just breathe out whatever it is that you want to let go of. And when you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open. Lovely. And we'll now connect to the earth element. Prithvi, Mother Earth, connecting our thumb to our ring finger, connecting to our Muladhara chakra, our root chakra, the qualities of stability, of grounding, that foundation for life coming from the earth. Prithvi Mudra, really good one to balance yourself when you feel like you're a little bit out of control, maybe a little bit panic sets in, particularly at this times we find ourselves in this sort of this atmosphere of fear, of panic, of being overwhelmed, not only by the current pandemic, but also just by everything in life these days. It's almost like everything is too much, and this is a really, really great mudra to come to just remind yourself that it doesn't need to be, you don't need to feel like that. You can ground into what is manifest, what is tangible on the earth. You can feel that powerful support of the earth to overcome fear, to gain a healthier outlook on life and more enthusiasm for life. We're joining that magnetic energy of the earth in that ring finger to the energetic current of fire, really activating that grounding that grounding power of the earth element, connecting to the physical body, the Annamaya kosha. So just closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall, placing Prithvi Mudra just gently on your thighs, breathing into the body, connecting with the pulsation of the earth, with the movement of the earth, the vibration of the earth. Feeling that stability, that grounding, that strong foundation. Rooting yourself down into that nourishing earth energy. Gently blinking the eyes open. And our little fingers now, the water element, the element of creativity, of flow, connecting to our Svadhisthana chakra, our sacral chakra, enhancing our health, encouraging personal growth, the ability to go with the flow, to take life as it comes, to enjoy all that life has to offer, connecting with that emotional realm, our emotions. Our Svadhisthana chakra, the water element, is all about being in harmony with your emotions, and when we aren't in harmony with our emotions, we really find it difficult to move forward, to discern what we need to do in our lives to move forward. So Varuna Mudra. Varuna is guardian of the waters. He's the god of the ocean. In the Hindu tradition, just placing the little finger and connecting the thumb there to the little finger. When we want to restore homeostasis, restore a sense of balance, we're connecting the fire and the water elements together, symbolizing that joining of opposites. It's a really good one to use when we feel an over too much heat, too much fire in our physical body. Things like fever, allergic reactions, as well. Please, as modern medicine, I am not advocating just using a mudra. If you're having an allergic reaction, please do go see a doctor. Do what you need to do. Things like the menopause, our periods, for women. Those are really heating times in our life. So this is a very cooling mudra. Even if you're feeling, a little bit stressed, a little bit emotionally hot, it's a good one to bring you back down, to cool you. It's a lovely one also if you're feeling a little bit physically, like a little bit sore in your muscles. It's associated with that water element, that fluidity, that flow. So it's a really lovely one just to bring a little bit more movement into your body. Encourage the fluids within your body to flow. Purify and nourish those bodily fluids. So just gently placing the thumb and the little finger together, the tips, and just resting them on your thighs. And again, we'll just take a couple of breaths here, sitting up nice and tall. And if there's anything you want to bring a little bit more flow to, a little bit more creativity to in your life, just focus on that now. Invite that creativity in, that energy in, creative energy through the inhale. Lovely. Okay. The final one I want to thing I want to look at with our hands, to do with the elements, is to do with the mind, to do with the palm of the hand, the mind, chitta. Connecting with our third eye, Agnya chakra, to increase concentration, to encourage and promote mental clarity, acuity. Our palm is a representation of pure consciousness, connecting all 5 elements together into that sort of supreme consciousness, that while the elements are more like our matter, our prakriti, our palm is more like our purusha. It's that representation of the constant, the permanent, the unchangeable. So connecting our palms together in Anjali Mudra, also known as Namaskar Mudra. And maybe you can just feel that energy between the palms, that pure energy connecting all 5 elements together, connecting all that is manifest in the universe, feeling that power. You might feel that energy manifesting in the form of heat. That's how you know that energy is there. Maybe you have a tingling sensation in the hands. Now we've activated all those elements. If you do, I'd love to hear from you. Any comments are very welcome. Okay, lovely. So just gently releasing that mudra, just stretching out the hands. Always be gentle with your fingers. And when you are practicing mudra, we really want to use our mind to send energy, so use our thoughts to send that energy into our hands, to become aware of each of your fingers. Really feel that energy in your fingers. Feel that energy in your hands, in your wrists, in your arms, and by extension throughout your entire body. And activating that energy in your hands activates the energy throughout your body. Like I said, with the energy channels, the nadis, these mudras are connected to those energy channels, to the chakras. Each of our elements connected to the chakras, and by channeling that energy to through mudras to those different energy centers, we can really awaken the body, bring the body to life. So we'll practice a few other mudras now. A few common mudras that you might see in you might have practiced in your yoga practice. You might have seen people practicing them and wondering what they are and why they are doing it. So thought I'd just bring a few of these into today's practice. So we have the first one. I'd like to invite you to join in with Abhaya Mudra, fearless mudra. That brings the promise of protection. There's a story, a Buddhist legend that says that one day the Buddha was sitting meditating and a rogue elephant came charging at him, and he simply raised his hand in Abhaya Mudra, this attitude of fearlessness, and the elephant just stopped in his tracks, recognizing this being as being fearless. So this is a great one to do if you are feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed. You're facing some challenges that you can't see a way through. It's summoning something greater than yourself. Summoning something greater, maybe not even than yourself, but something greater than the challenge that you are facing. It's encouraging you to transform that feeling of fear that comes with that activation of your sympathetic nervous system, your fight, flight, freeze response. This mudra will just help you to overcome that. And that attitude of having no fear will extend to those around you, and they'll feel that power. So we'll just take a couple of moments, sitting up nice and tall. I invite you to close your eyes and just begin to bring your awareness to something that is challenging you right now, to a challenge you are facing, whether that's an external challenge or an internal challenge, a physical or mental challenge, an emotional challenge, something that you feel you need to overcome in order to move forwards. Shine some light on that challenge. Bring your awareness to it, and then send the energy of this mudra, this fearlessness, to that challenge. And see if that just changes your perspective a little bit. Maybe you can find a way to see from a different perspective, from a different point of view, from a different angle. Have that courage to get through this challenge, to overcome, summoning in a power greater than the challenge. Abhaya Mudra, fearlessness. And when you're ready, you can release that mudra. You can release the mudras at any time, by the way. If your hand's getting a little bit tired, please don't cause yourself any pain. We're going to just look at Anjali Mudra now. So Anjali Mudra, we see a lot of times this crushing of the hands together and a pushing. I've even heard some teachers, some yoga teachers say, and press those hands together firmly. That's one way of doing it. But today I'd just like to invite you to bring a little more softness, a little more sweetness into this mudra. So connecting the base of the thumbs, the tips of the thumbs together, the base of the little fingers and the tips of the little fingers, and there's just gently the ring fingertips, middle fingertips, index fingertips together, and just gently holding space between the palms. So our Anjali Mudra, typically held at our heart center. So I invite you to bring your hands there now. Gently closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall, bringing your awareness to the breath. And this mudra is really great for balancing energy. It's connecting the energetic currents of the rational, masculine, solar, right side of the brain with the intuitive, feminine, lunar, left side. Unifying, bringing balance. If you feel like maybe you rush into things a little bit too quickly, a little bit too fiery, or you have trouble connecting to your intuition, and this mudra will just help you to bring those into balance. To find some space before you act. To choose to respond to situations rather than react to situations. Calming the mind, balancing your energies. And when you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open. And just releasing that mudra, bringing the palms back to rest on the thighs. So, the next mudra we're going to look at is Chin Mudra. Chin Mudra. Bringing the thumb to the index finger, creating a nice circle, extending the other fingers out and bringing the other fingers in line with the index finger, if you can see there, with both hands. And then resting that mudra with the wrists facing up and the knuckles just resting on the knees. Shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. This is the gesture of unrestricted consciousness. Sounds good. It invites in calmness. It's helping to attune both your internal environment and your external, helping you to attune to your internal and external environments. It's promoting feelings of harmony, feelings of peace, feelings of integration, integrating that internal and external world. It's typically one you'll find, a mudra you'll find people use for meditation. And if you practice it regularly, it can just signal to your brain. It's like a little light bulb in the brain, just to tell it that now is time. Now is time for meditation. Now is time for stillness. Time for letting go of the thoughts, to let the mind chatter just take a back seat. Chitta vritti nirodha, stilling the fluctuations of the mind. Joining that fire element of the thumb to the air of the index finger. It's really generating and creating that desire for inner peace, for stillness, inner stillness, bringing that focus inwards, connecting the supreme consciousness represented by the thumb with the individual consciousness, the ego represented by the index finger. So bringing those two together, we're merging the individual with the universal, just allowing the ego to submit to the eternal power of the cosmos, of the universe. And by keeping our palms facing up, we're just inviting in that energy from the higher source, from the universe. So just a couple of moments, just notice any shifts here. Where do you feel that energy? When you're practicing these mudras, really bringing your awareness to the more subtle, to the energy, to your energetic anatomy, your energetic body. When you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open, releasing that mudra. I don't know about you, but my finger and thumb don't want to leave each other. They're quite happy. They're quite happy merging, becoming one. Anyway, our next mudra is the same with our fingers, but we're turning the palms to face down. Jnana mudra, the wisdom gesture. Placing the wrists on the knees, connecting you with your intuition to ground you into the present moment. So if you're feeling like your energy is whizzing around, like it's not got somewhere to settle, this is a really powerful mudra just to help to bring a container for your energy, to contain that energy, to bring, maybe after a hectic day, a busy day, just to bring a sense of stillness, a sense of grounding, of rooting, of quiet reflection, bringing that into your day, calming that energy, resetting that energy. So settling the insides of the wrists on the knees, pointing the fingers downwards towards the earth, inviting in that sense of grounding, that sense of connectedness, that sense of being rooted to the nourishing energy of the earth. And just taking a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open, releasing that mudra. Giving your hands a little bit of a wiggle. So like I said, the underlying power of these mudras really exists, really comes from feeling the subtle energetic shifts, the energetic effects in your body, paying attention to those, to the little movements of that energy, slowing down, concentrating on each gesture, not really concentrating on the, what this gesture means and what I should be doing and what I should be feeling, but concentrating on what you are feeling, and the effects of what you're feeling and what you're doing. The last two mudras I'd like to do, one of them, the first one is a mudra to rejuvenate your vital energy. So the times are funny. We've just come through a very highly charged election week in the US, if that's where you are. Over the rest of the world, there are too many things going on, and collectively we're all facing this pandemic, and it's really very draining on our energy. And this next mudra, Abhaya Hridaya Mudra, fearless heart gesture. We take this gesture when we feel like we need to replenish, like our life force is depleted. We need to build it back up. So raising the hands in front of the chest with the palms facing the center, crossing the wrists, bringing the back of the hands to touch. Make sure your right hand is the one closer to your body. We're going to interlock the index finger, the middle finger, and the little fingers. So our thumb and our ring fingers can touch, can form rings. Fearless heart gesture. Giving us the power to face and embrace and work with our own fear. Bringing that mudra down to the heart center, connecting to your heart space, calling you forth into an integration of your entire being. All of the elements, all the 5 elements are interwoven in this gesture. We're illuminating the mind, connecting the rooting, grounding energy of the earth element, Prithvi, with that fire element, Agni, and its unique ability, this gesture, to rejuvenate our vital energies, to reduce that fragmentation of our thoughts and of our mind, to integrate our mind back together, and to collect all of our scattered energy, inviting in a sense of vitality, a sense of calm. And especially during times of exhaustion, this is a really good mudra, a really powerful mudra to assume. Breathe, breathing into that activation of your innermost being. Breathing into your purpose, your inner magic, your ability to make positive changes, both within yourself and on the earth. To reimagine for yourself a brave new world, a new inner world, a new external world. To co-create a culture within your own being and in the world of care, collective care, of showing up for yourself and showing up for others with a fearless heart. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And you can gently release that mudra. And I'd like to close today with Brahmara mudra and a little breathing exercise. A mudra for respiratory health, for obvious reasons I hope, and for the immune system, to boost the immune system, to improve the health of the lungs, to balance the immune system, to soothe irritation in the respiratory tract. So, curling the index fingers towards the base of the thumb, so curling it round, and then touching the tip of the thumb to the first crease of the middle finger. Remembering that middle finger is associated with that space element, the throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, the space in the lungs, yeah, we can see that, the space in the respiratory tract. Extending the little finger and the ring finger. And we're just going to bring this mudra just gently down again onto our thighs. And you can join me if you want to in Brahmari breath, humming bee breath. This is bee mudra. Humming bee breath goes nicely with it. So as we exhale, we are closing the mouth and humming the air out, like a little bee. Okay, so exhale completely. Take an inhale to prepare. to sit with those vibrations. Feeling that space in the body opening up. Feeling the air on your inhale reaching into all the corners of the lungs, right down into the depths of the lungs. And when you're ready, gently releasing that mudra, coming to your natural breath, and we'll come back into Anjali Mudra, Prayer Mudra, bringing the hands, the thumbs to the third eye between the eyebrows, where we just invite in clarity of thought for the rest of the day. Take an inhale. Exhale, bringing the thumbs down to the throat and the tips of the fingers, just brushing the lips gently, where we just ask for the ability to speak kind words, to speak our truth to ourselves and to those we come into contact with. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the hands down to heart center, where we just remember our innate power and ability and capacity to approach ourselves and others with love, with understanding, and with compassion. Inhale. And as you exhale, I invite you, namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments about tonight, please do email me at spinningarrowyoga@gmail.com or find me on Facebook at Spinning Arrow Yoga, on YouTube as well. I would love to hear from you. Tomorrow is something completely different, so I hope you will join us and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, bye-bye.